think the weather forecast is to get very windy.
It's already very windy.
Good morning everybody, we're out on a bike ride up to Happisburgh. I've got my mate Dave from Iceni Velo with me. Say hello Dave.
Yo!
So we've picked probably the wettest day in November so far. We've got our swimming gear on. Dave's taking me up to Happisburgh. What are we going to go and see, Dave?
Coastal erosion at its finest.
Coastal erosion. Don't get too excited. What else are we going to see?
Ancient footprints, lighthouses, revetments, you name it, Happisburgh's got it.
Happisburgh, would you believe it? Happisburgh is a village in Norfolk, spelled Happisburgh. Happisburgh. We love those Norfolk pronunciations. Let the adventure begin. Right. Oh, go for that. Yeah, go for it.
Happisburgh is a small coastal village northeast of Norwich. The route Dave chose for us takes in the villages of Wroxham and Worcester, and it's about 32 kilometres in distance. That's 64 round trip. The majority of the route is off-road with some small lanes and 2 disused railway cycle paths. But we didn't reckon on the torrential overnight rain, making many of the lanes feel more like riverbeds. Our plan was to join the Bure Valley Railway cycle path, which runs 14 kilometres between Hopperton Wroxham and Aylsham, although we'd only be using the first part of it. Approaching Wroxham, we stopped to adjust our kit and make sure that everything was watertight, and a good job for the surprises that lay ahead.
Oh, mate!
After going under the mainline railway bridge at Wroxham, it was a right turn onto the Bure Valley cycleway, running along the minimum gauge railway line with great views of the track.
Is it right here? What's the weather like, Dave?
We've got a strong south-southwesterly, so we're going to get a nice headwind all the way home.
I've left the planning to Dave this weekend, so thank you very much. I don't suppose I can really blame him for the weather, can I? Oh, geez, look at this. Right, have you got your trunks on, Dave?
Oh yes.
Here we go. He's a complete lunatic. Might have to just stop and empty my boots.
Cool. Character building.
After 21 very wet kilometres, we reached the village of Worstead, which became very prosperous from the 12th century, when weavers from Flanders arrived in the area. They'd been encouraged to settle in Norfolk by King Edward III, who himself had married a Flemish princess. The cloth worsted is named after the village. Pushing north out of Worstead, and it's over the bridge at the North Walsham and Dilham Canal, the only canal in Norfolk long disused, before joining the second disused railway line cycleway, part of the Weavers' Way.
Just joining the Weavers' Way at Honning. This station became disused in 1959. It's a beautiful part of the track. It's all been resurfaced, and you can check that out on another video just up here where I complete the Weavers' Way. Weavers' Way, a super cycle highway through the trees. Not quite your normal club ride. No. Cabbage fields. I'm not sure actually, it looks more like sugar beet. The beets, I think so. Yeah.
Having got ourselves slightly geographically embarrassed, our path was blocked by a water-filled ditch. There was nothing else for it.
Right.
Yeah.
This could end in disaster.
Yay!
Nearly.
Yay!
Nearly.
The Happisburgh lighthouse was constructed in 1790. The tower is 80 foot tall, or 25.9 metres, putting the lantern at 134 feet, or 40.8 metres above the sea level. Under the threat of redundancy, on the 25th of April 1990, the Happisburgh Lighthouse Act received royal assent, establishing the Happisburgh Lighthouse Trust as a local light authority, and Happisburgh became the only independently run operational lighthouse in Great Britain, and the oldest in East Anglia. The northeast coast of Norfolk suffers regularly from erosion with landslides at the cliff edge. This is a result mainly due to the sedimentary nature of the structure of the subsoil, which is soft and poor at resisting the force of the elements, and was laid down by the action of rivers. Over 800,000 years ago, England was joined to mainland Europe with a land bridge, with a huge ice sheet in the North Sea. But as the glaciers of the last ice age melted, sea levels rose and flooded the low-lying ground, changing the direction of rivers. Surprisingly, the River Thames is believed to have originally coursed its way towards East Anglia, with its mouth at Happisburgh. As the cliffs crumble, they give up their secrets, including in 2014 a fossilised sedimentary riverbed with human footprints. These footprints have been radiocarbon dated to over 800,000 years old, making them the oldest human footprints outside of Africa, and believed to have been made by an archaic human known as Homo antecessor.
This sort of this is where they found the footprints. They put these stones in as a bit of a defence. Yeah. Grey old day.
Yeah.
So what do you remember about this then? This is the old caravan park.
Loads and loads of caravans.
Yeah.
Kids, running around enjoying summer holidays. That's the bit in the state it's in now.
Isn't it? Yeah.
But they have got another one over there.
Oh, they've got another one?
Yeah, there's
cool.
a brand new one. They opened up last year.
Time and tide waits for no man.
Heading north up the Norfolk Coastal footpath and bridleway, we ride to our final destination, the remains of a World War II 4.7-inch coastal battery, including 2 gun houses with underground rooms, a pillbox and a spigot mortar pedestal, looking not much more than a couple of peculiar bus shelters perched on a cliff edge.
So anyway, we're here at Happisburgh. This used to be an old artillery battery. I don't quite exactly know what they did here, but built in 1940. I suppose it was part of the defence if the Germans had ever come invading, although I don't think it doesn't look that substantial. Right, get some grub on. Blimey. The saddlebag's absolutely filthy. Right, Dave, so let's get this up.
Yeah, we're going to go for some tasty curried chickpeas.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if these are going to be any good or not. Found them in the cupboard, so we'll have to let you know. I thought they were Jamie Oliver, but they're not. So, but yeah, just a cheap and cheerful stove.
Yeah.
A little bit of water, bang it in, and hope for the best.
Cool. Right, what have I got? I've got something similar actually. I've got a deli potato and chickpea curry. Deli potato and chickpea curry. Oh, there we go. Oh cool, it should be alright once it's settled. On there.
Tell you who does this the most. Look at the state of your mug compared to mine. Who's the seasonal traveller here?
And then I'm going to stick you with this. Not my pale feet, but check this out. Oh my days!
Swimming in bitches. Okay, this is my new custom built frame bag from a company called Planet Rubber, which I found on Etsy, and it's made from old recycled inner tubes, and the inside is made from paddling pool material, so it is waterproof. It's got an overlay on the zip there. I asked her to if she could put a little charging porthole at the front there with a little flap, keep it waterproof, and yeah, and there's plenty of straps holding it on nice and tight, and yeah, nice and waterproof, and in the grand scheme of things, compared to how much you can pay for custom built frame bags, extremely cheap. So yeah, Planet Rubber on Etsy, definitely recommend.
So how much did you pay for that?
38 quid.
38 quid.
Yeah. Yeah, 38. I think the Happisburgh equivalent size one is about 140, and you can buy the Revelate designs and the Oveja Negra ones are around about £260. So it's heavy, considering it's. I mean, normally they're made of ripstop nylon, like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But so because it is quite heavy duty rubber, inner tubes, it does weigh a bit, but it's not a bike that's set up for lightweight, to be honest. This is my my little old commuter, and it's never going to be light, so I'll embrace the heaviness, embrace the weight.
Yeah, so normally me and you are out using our road bikes on the club runs.
Yeah.
And this is your mountain bike.
It is.
And I'm really impressed because you've actually kind of recycled this, didn't you?
I did. I bought it off a young lad down in Norfolk, and it was actually stolen, recovered, and the guy that stole it had scraped all the paint off, and yeah, it was a bit of a state. So I gave it a bath in paint stripper, got it down to bare metal, sprayed it a colour I just thought looked quite nice, bought some Kona decals from eBay, and stuck a new set of wheels on it, and turned it into a 1x. And yeah, it's done me proud.
It's doing you well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all right.
it certainly is. Right, well, the weather's taken a change, definitely for the worse. The forecast was always going to be wet and windy. We were going to go down onto the beach and have a look at these footprints, but we're going to have to save that for another day. So there's a couple of old geezers waiting, loitering outside the public toilets. It's not a good show, is it really? So I think we'll knock it on the head there and head back to Norwich. Thanks for watching. Say bye, Dave.
Bye, Dave.
Goodbye from Dave, goodbye from me. Happy riding. Typical, the weather has changed, sun's out. Anyway, we're back in Norwich. I don't know where I am. Cheers, Dave. I want to say thanks very much.
Excellent. Thank you, mate.
Cool.
That.
Yeah, it's good.
Good fun.
See you again. Cheers.